Hi, friends. I'm kind of pulling together a loose TBR for November. I'm not doing it based on anything really, except there are two readathons that I am loosely participating in, but I think they're pretty loose anyway. The first one is Netgalley November, and I'll link the host below. One of my goals this year was to improve my NetGalley reading, and I really haven't done it. I've read a couple, which honestly is probably more than I did last year. And then I've also purchased a couple that I had as ARCs, and then they came out before I had a chance to read them, and so I bought them because I was really interested in them, and I haven't read them yet. So let's just start with those. So these I've talked about in book calls before, but the first one is Coram House by Bailey Seabolt. This came out earlier in the year. This year or last year? I think it was this year. That I actually started to read. I don't remember what month I started to read this, but it was very similar to something I was reading at the time. And so I put this to the side and haven't gotten back to it. So this is about, it says Sharp Objects means I have some questions for you, which I haven't read Sharp Objects yet. I did read I Have Some Questions for You, and I liked it. I didn't love it. But it's a haunting novel inspired by a true story about a crime writer who risks everything as she investigates the mystery of two deaths decades apart at a crumbling Vermont orphanage. So a little historical fiction and mystery thriller, perhaps. But the cover definitely got me. It's really creepy. And I don't know if that's snow or rain. I feel like it says summer, but it looks a little snowy to me. We'll see. So that's one. And then I think I mentioned in probably my birthday book haul, a friend had gifted me a gift certificate to bookshop.org, and I got Schooled by Jamie Sumner. Jamie Sumner is one of my favorite middle grade authors, and she came out with this book this year, and I had the ARC, and I didn't read it in time, and now it's out. So it's about a boy who is starting college, or a special program where he goes to college, or goes to classes on the college campus, when he's in sixth grade. And then we're also finding out about some grief that he's dealing with the loss of a parent. I just really like how Jamie Sumner writes and handles the really hard topics. Hopper may join us because I've been at the office all day and he just doesn't like it. And then this is another one, The Anti-Ableist Manifesto by Tiffany Yu. I got the advanced reader copy through NetGalley and did not read it. It's been out for a minute. I've heard lots about it. I follow Tiffany Yu on social media. I still haven't read it, but I want to. And it will also, the other thing that I'm focusing on is nonfiction, where it's not officially a readathon anymore. Nonfiction November. I think we're all kind of carrying it on, even though a Book Olive isn't doing it anymore, which is totally understandable. She created an amazing readathon and getting all of us to read nonfiction more often, and has taken a backseat to it. But we will continue on with nonfiction in November, and this is one that it's high on my list because it is going to cover NetGalley and nonfiction. And then one that I keep getting out from the library, The Last Session by Julia Bartz. I think, so I read The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz. I liked it. I didn't love it, but enough. I liked the writing style enough to request this. It is about a psychiatrist at a healing center. Is it a psychiatrist? A social worker, which can be similar to what I do. And I've mentioned here before that sometimes books that focus on psychological disorders or elements of the psychologist, counselor, patient, client relationship, sometimes they work for me and sometimes they really are not right for me, or they just anger me. I'm not sure about this one. I am trying to get the audiobook, but we'll see. I do want to read it so I can at least give an honest opinion about it. So we'll see if I get to this one. I also have basically gone in and to my Hoopla, my Libby apps, and requested any of my NetGalley books on audiobook. I am reading some physically, but I feel like audiobooks are kind of my way of consuming things at this point. I do have a few audio NetGalley books, but I'm just going to have to see what's available and what I can fit in. So then the other part of November is Nonfiction November, as I just mentioned. And there's a few books that I'm considering doing. And two of them are books that I've had on my shelves for a long time. And one of them is The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. I used to write a lot. I used to journal a lot. I miss it. And I keep saying I'm going to get into it more, and I just haven't. So I'm going to pick this up and start going through it by chapter. I'm thinking about toying with doing it as kind of a weekly check-in on my channel if anyone else wants to read it with me and go through. It's a book that helps overcome limiting beliefs and fears that can inhibit the creative process. There's activities in here, exercises, guidance on starting a creative cluster of fellow artists. So I've been hearing other people that I follow on booktube are doing this or have done this with others, either watchers of booktube, creators on booktube. So let me know in the comments below if you'd be interested in doing a group with this. We can either put together I don't know, a Voxer or a Discord group to go through this. So let me know about that. But this would, I'm hoping, get some of my creative interests back, because I just haven't really had that creative flow in a long time. And I think it's been, for a number of reasons, but I think this would be fun to do with a group. So let me know. The other book was recommended to me a long time ago that I'm interested in starting to explore is Energy Medicine by Donna Eden with David Feinstein. This is balancing your body's energies for optimal health, joy, and vitality. This, I can't even remember if it was a doctor or probably one of my yoga instructors back when I was able to go to yoga classes. Probably had this on a recommended reading list or something like that. And I am really interested in energies and medicine combined as someone who has a chronic illness that fluctuates based on stress, weather. We're currently in kind of our first cold snap, I guess, of fall in Atlanta, and my pain has been high and my fatigue has been a little bit more than it has been. So I'm just kind of curious about these type of books. So I own it. Let's try it. And then it's also Indigenous People Month in November. And I'd like to get through some of my backlists for Louise Erdrich. This is The Plague of Doves. And it's about an unsolved mystery of a farm family that haunts the small white off-reservation town of Pluto, North Dakota. The vengeance exacted for this crime and the subsequent distortions of truth transform the lives of the Ojibwe living on the nearby reservation and shape the passions of both communities for the next generation. And so descendants of the tribe and the white intermarry, their lives intertwine. And so following kind of a couple of generations of this, I haven't heard too many people talk about this. It's one of her older books. Let's see when you came out. When did you come out? 2008. 2008. So I have liked some of Louise Erdrich's writing so far. I think I've only read a couple, or maybe just one. Did I just read the sentence? I did really like the sentence. So we'll see how I like this one. That's kind of what I'm going to focus on in November, but I also want to leave room for book club books and any kind of mood reading I want to do. I have a ton of nonfiction. So yeah, I recently was logging my books on an app, and there's a lot of nonfiction. So that is probably something else I'm going to start coming out with videos about my nonfiction and logging my books, organizing my books in my new space. I've been promising that for a while because it's taken me a while because there's not enough room for the books. So I'm still working on that, and I will let you know about more of that and take you around the bookshelves that are in my little apartment now. I'm pretty sure that my book club book for Krista Books and Jams is The Bandit Queens, which I have read, but I couldn't find my copy. So I need to find it because as a book, I would love to reread. It's one of my favorite books. So I will definitely be rereading that for book club. I have a in-person book club that I continue to try to go to. And they are reading Wrecked by Catherine Newman, which is her new release. And then the other, they also have a nonfiction book club, and they are reading Awake by Jen Hatmaker. If you saw my vlog from trying to find the 5-star read, I went to a book festival and Jen Hatmaker was there and I got to hear her talk. So I have the book. I haven't read it yet. So that might be perfect timing as well. Lots of possibilities for November. I'm really just looking forward to slowing down a bit and really hopefully doing some physical reading and some writing. Let me know in the comments below what you're planning to read for November, and if you've read any of the books I've talked about or you have any recommendations for the readathons that I am going to try to do this month, let me know. I hope you all are doing well, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.